So without further ado, we are now going to talk about scaling up freelancing career into becoming homegrown BPO, accelerating online freelancing career into social entrepreneurship. So let's start with our first speaker for today. Our first speaker has been championing the growth of the online outsourcing industry since 2010 and has traveled all over the Philippines conducting training and workshops on how to start a digital career. He is one of the people responsible in assisting the government to spread the awareness of digital career opportunities in countrysides and got online freelancing recognized as a legitimate career option in the Philippines. Now he wrote and published a book called How to Become an Online Filipino Worker, and he shared his years of insights and experience as an online freelancer on how his own team and of course about his digital agency. Let's all put our hands together for Edgardo Genesis Reonico Jr.
Thank you very much, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I know you've heard about a lot of career options. I'm pretty sure all of you here, especially the students, would like to have a job after graduation or even while studying. Taas nga kamay kung sino yung gustong kumita ngayon. Okay, good. No? And the thing about it is, I myself, as mentioned earlier, have been championing the idea of having a digital career because it gives almost everyone an option, or sometimes what I call insurance. You know, I myself work in the industry, I work in BPO, I also co-founded a startup back then, and I know how difficult it is. There's a lot of uncertainty, and even in the startup scene, you know, even though we got funded, the thing about it is, of course, not all startups will actually succeed. And the type of career that sustains me, despite the up and down of any type of career that you may have, in my case, it's actually online freelancing. Okay? So today, what I have for you is no other than giving you guys another option. Okay? And most of the things that you've heard this morning is all about jobs, right? Or at least applying for a job. But allow me now to give you the other side of it, which is no other than entrepreneurship. Okay? So, kung ikaw yung gusto mong medyo maging boss ka, di ba? Or you have a dream of also giving jobs to other people, or maybe at this point, you're not seeing yourself having like 100 people in your company or even 1,000 people. But how about 10 people in your area, in your barangay? This is more of like, I can classify this as part of what we call the micro MSME. And this is where most dreams started. And in fact, our next speaker started with a small team and now have a big team. So he'll be talking more about that later on. But allow me first to talk about the start. So when I talk about entrepreneurship here, it leads to what we call social entrepreneurship. But of course, everything will start with, at least in my case, online freelancing. So for those of you na hindi pa ganun ka-clear, ano ba yung online freelancing na yan? Well, bottom line, it's no other than work from home, online jobs. Okay? So this is a very good opportunity even for students, even for those in high school, to actually have an online work, or at least to be able to earn an income. Nowadays, I have no doubt with all of you students here that you have at least one service that a potential business owner or client are willing to pay for. Kahit nga pangbaon lang, no? Definitely you have that skill. But the question is, as we all know, compared to applying for a job, in most cases in entrepreneurship, ikaw bahala dyan. It's up to you to actually traverse or hanapin yung daan that will lead to success. And in most cases, you will really need a guide. So this afternoon, at least this segment that I am going to expound on is really just, gonna touch the surface of it. But I have something for you at the end of my talk to supplement that. Okay? So, again, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Reonico. I'm a digital career coach. So I coach people on how to start a digital career, specifically online freelancing. And as the years progress, I also started now coaching outsourcing agencies. Yung mga gustong magkaroon ng team ng mga freelancers that are actually earning well, that can pay people, who would like to at least begin with a group of 10. Okay, to have a team of 10 people. Because I always believe that if they succeed in running a small team, definitely scaling up will be much easier. So just like any businesses, startups, should I say, they really need to, of course, put all the structures in place. But then again, wag po muna natin masyadong isipin yung scaling of hiring people. Let's first go down to the basics. So I have traveled, as mentioned, all over the Philippines. And through this initiative, of course, the goal is really to get the word out. I've been working with DICT side by side, as a private citizen, since 2014. So kung saan-saan po kami pumupunta, even those na mga places that wala pang concrete road. We want to bring digital jobs there because it will take a while for talagang legitimate companies or yung talagang capable to bring jobs in those areas to actually, help that location. So, but because of the internet's availability, and of course with the opportunities online, that's what we did. And as we continue going around, of course, we were able to really, help different areas, form a team, at least to begin with. Ika nga nagtatanim kami ng first teams there or first few freelancers. And as we continue to do so, and as we continue to give this talk on how to become an online Filipino worker, by the way, if you will notice, OFW din po ibig sabihin yan. But it's online Filipino worker or OFW version 2. You earn dollars without leaving home. So that's also, sabihin na natin it's really one of those bentahe ba? The come on for those who would like to actually have an online work. So this photo was actually taken, if I'm not mistaken, 2018. So my first time here in Negros is actually in Bacolod. So this is my first time here, and I really love your city, and of course even Cadiz. So it's really a nice place, and I believe based on what I've heard so far, there's really a good future here. Again, not everyone is really, cut off for entrepreneurship o yung magkakaroon ka ng sariling business, but I'm pretty sure some of you are already leaders on your own. Who among you here, dear students, that hopes one day you will have even a small team na may company kayo? Can I see a raise of hands? To grow there? Okay. So tama po talaga, whenever I ask this question, or yung pinaka-straight question na, do you want to be a boss one day? Really, roughly around 20% lang din nagtataas ng kamay. Because really, statistically, of course, hindi naman pwede lahat boss. Everyone also has to work. So you choose which side will you be. Are you the one that will build big companies, or are you the one who will be just working for big companies? At this point in time, you still have a choice. Maging boss o maging satisfied, contributor in the company. Okay? So let's continue. So most of the time, during those talks that I give, bitin sila. And they always ask, is there any guide that you can give? And for that reason, I wrote this book. Because even right now, I'm pretty sure bitin kayo. Mabibitin kayo kasi very short in time. But then again, through the advocacy that we have, we want to make sure that we'll be able to communicate and give you a guide that you can use. So I wrote this book. And of course, that book has been used also by some training providers, mga TESDA training centers, to supplement. Even yung mga call center training programs and TESDA, to some, they actually hand out this book more of like an insurance or a guarantee. Kung hindi mo magtuloy itong mga to, baka sakali mag-freelancing sila. Those kinds of things, no? So, it reached Batanes and even Zamboanga. So, whole Philippines, and it actually even reached San Francisco. So, talagang pinapakalat po. Kasi part din is sana mapauwi din yung mga OFW, no? If they wanted to. No? Giving the option. So, today, what we saw is the growth. Yung mga tinanim po namin back then, yung initiative to actually promote online work is now bearing fruit. To the point that many freelancers nowadays are actually, ang career path nila, or at least direction, is to have a team. Because I mean, if you can earn 100,000 a month, will you be happy? Sino magiging masaya pag 100,000 naman ang kinikita? Diba? Naniniwala ba kayo na kaya niyong kitain 100,000? Yun. Talagang dito lang yung ano. Baka kayo yung mga boss. Magtayo na kayo ng hiring booth dyan, ha? Ayan, dami worker. But yes, you have to claim it, guys. You cannot get it if you will not claim it. Okay? So we saw a growth. And because of that, I said, I think it's time for me to move on and prepare the next set of support for these individuals who would like to get started. Truth be told, when I started my small team, it was very difficult. And I said to myself, sana may tutulong sa akin. And when I was able to cross at least that difficult stage, I said, I think it's now time to set up the support group for the next evolution of this career. So what I did is I founded the Network of Outsourcing Agency last 2019. It was launched in Clark in 2019 in one of the ICT's event. And since then, we started really reaching out to those freelancers na kumikita na ng malaki talaga and ready to actually form a team. So what we did is, of course, when we organize events, these are just some of the agencies, small teams. Actually, hindi yan mga 10 below. There are some who actually have 50 people. There are some who have like 150, 100, and those kinds of things. Again, allow me to correct the notion that in online outsourcing, for you to be considered successful, you have to have like so many people in your team. That's not the case. Especially if, let's say, you're in digital marketing, it's always the automation, the tools, and now the AI that will actually augment for the need for more people. So, ang sukatan po talaga kung successful ang isang agency is yung net profit nila. It's not the number of people. Okay? So, as we continue every month, we gather as agency owners and CEOs, and what we do is we eat together. Diba? Masaya pag kumakain. But, of course, pag kumakain, nagkukwentuhan. And that's what we did. We share notes. Paano mo ba nagawa to? How were you able to overcome this challenge? And those kinds of things. Because truth be told, bilang isang agency owner, it will be difficult for you to really share to your people. Like, sa mga mahihirap na concerns, delay yung client magbayad ng sweldo. Pwede mo may kwento yun sa tao mo? Mag-aalisan yan. So you need to talk to people similar to your situation, or at least those in your journey. So that's why we founded this community. And that's what we did. We really share notes, we talk, we ask some of our fellow agency owners to sit in front and share what they know, and we exchange notes. Yung sabi nga dito ang motto namin is bawal madamot. Yun yung doon, no? And they understand the culture. So there. So that's so far, and soon we will be having also what we call the mastermind weekend. Where we will be spending more time sharing notes. So, those journeys that I've shared to you, from being a freelancer leading up to what we call having your own team, there's 3 growth stages. So, allow me to share those growth stages for you. First, of course, you'll be a home-based remote staff. Yan yung basically entry point mo. Commonly called sometimes virtual assistant. This is where you'll get paid as you learn. Okay, hindi po to OJT. You're actually hired to do a job, but as you stay longer, you will learn more and transition eventually to becoming what we call an online freelancer. Okay? So you become an online freelancer. Kasi minsan nagiging common connotation na everyone who does online work is an online freelancer. That is not the case. An online freelancer is someone who actually is an expert already in a given field. Hindi na rin siya binabayaran based on time. That online freelancer is based on the result that he delivers. So in most cases, packages yung services niya. So doon na nag-i-start yan na isang person may package, and then what happens next is, since may package ka na, eventually, many clients will avail of your service, which you cannot serve anymore, and then you will start a team. And that's the next progression, which is being an outsourcing agency owner. So that's the typical progression. Many stays there in the home-based remote staff stage because really, not everyone is meant to grow in that path. No, so that's why there's really no issue. Let's say when so I've heard this concern that online freelancing industry is somewhat posing some challenge to the BPO industry because I, for myself, know some friends of mine. Some are actually senior operations manager in big call centers and BPOs that actually left to pursue freelancing as an option. But that is not their first choice. It's just that the career, or should we say the work that they have, is so toxic already that they want out. So it's not really the industry itself that is posing a threat. And not everyone will survive freelancing because, as I have said earlier, it is entrepreneurship. It's a good thing that digital entrepreneurship now is actually being forwarded and supported by the government and will help more. So para sa simpleng working from client yung isa, working for many clients, and then lastly, your team does the work for your clients. So yan yung general progression. So allow me to share the story of this lady that I met just a couple of weeks ago. I think less than 2 weeks pa nga. No? Her name is Darla May Hassan. She's a social media and funnel specialist. So basically, she do social media work, and at the same time, she manage websites. And for Darla, the case here, for her is that she visited and joined our networking activity because she wanted to continue to grow na. She's earning already a decent amount of money on her own. No? And for Darla, she graduated magna cum laude and yet pursued having a digital career. But of course, it's not like Darla, after college, nag-freelancing agad. She actually worked in the government for a couple of years, but eventually, she really saw the potential of being an entrepreneur, digital entrepreneur, and she saw that she can grow more in this path. If someone who is that intelligent sees this path, then I'm pretty sure there's a big reason for others to actually follow her suit. Okay? So she's earning 100,000 a month. So in fact, more na yan kasi may mga tao na siya. So Darla is now giving back to the community by training and coaching others. So I believe one day, through one of the programs of the ICT, Darla might actually be speaking in front here. Okay, so yon. She started in helping out. So that's actually one of the dreams of many online freelancers. Not only to increase their income, but also to give jobs. At least for our community in NOAA, that's our goal. That's why we tag ourselves as a social enterprise and community for aspiring and growing agency owners. And we hope that we can also get the support in spreading this word in different parts of the Philippines, just like what I did back then when I was actually promoting online freelancing. There's a lot. I'm looking forward for a day that we will see maraming mga small agencies out there. So I think this DTI would also need to help out on that avenue because it's about building businesses na. Okay? So let's continue. So paano ba magsimula? Probably that's the question na. So for those young ones, ang tanong ninyo is how to be you or how to be her. Diba? Wag na ako. No, siya na lang. So let me give you this chart that Darla didn't just become a six-figure earner overnight. There's stages that you have to go through from newbie, pag nag-uumpisa ka, pag medyo gumaling ka na, marami ka ng skill. And then, eventually, kapag marami ka ng skill at yung client mo nag-grow yung business, most likely, you'll be asked to become an online business manager. Someone who manage the operations. Kasi alam mo na, ang dami mo nang alam eh. But eventually, in most cases, yung ibang OBMs, they leave their client na and start their own business. Or in some cases, may mga agencies na maliit or mga OBMs that have teams, And then yung client mismo magsasabi that, you know, in order for us to continue working together, you need to get now your own facility so that we can grow together as well. So yung iba, and I know some people who actually went through that, yung client pa ang namilit, I want you to hire more people, you know, but I will not pay them directly. I will be paying you at ikaw magpasweldo sa kanila. I want you to grow as well. Common pong nangyayari yan. It's very common. Okay? So, allow me to share the 5 basic steps. This is just 5 basic steps, okay? So, first of course is, do an inventory kung ano yung merong skills kayo. Whatever you have right now, do an inventory of it and see exactly what can you offer. The next is, of course, to check what is in demand in the market. Sometimes, pinagbabaliktad yung dalawang yan. Ano ba yung may demand? Yun yung aralin natin, which actually makes a lot of sense. Kasi alam nga naman mag-aral ka ng isang bagay na yung pala, wala namang bibili o willing magbayad. So, looking at this, you know, what service to offer, of course, it's important that you enjoy what you're doing. No? Second is, of course, magaling ka naman doon. Or sabihin na lang natin, competent enough ka. Yung tipong hindi ka naman mapapahiya. Diba? And next, of course, kung ano yung gusto ng kliyente. Simple lang naman yung pie chart na yan, no, Venn diagram, but it actually tells a lot. Okay? And of course, to know what's on demand, you just need to go to mga online jobs platform and even yung mga jobs platform that we have and see exactly kung ano may demand and adapt or align your skill set dun sa bagay na yun. And then next, of course, check your available resources. Kailangan ba lahat bago gamit mo? Not necessarily. You know, and truth be told, then there are a lot of you know, areas that allows you to actually utilize the computers. So, but if you have your own computer or desktop, start with that. Pero wag po sa gadgets, ha? Wag po sa tablet kasi medyo mahirap yun. But may mga nag-umpisa, but nahirapan. No? But definitely, this is one of the basic requirements. You need to have a computer. Now, how strong your computer should be? Well, it should be enough for you to do your job well. Yun yung pinaka-benchmark ko kasi each skill requires different types of computer capabilities. Just like what JDL mentioned earlier, you know, kung nasa gaming ka, definitely you have a, you know, strong computer. But kung ikaw naman ay nasa encoding or, you know, writing articles, then you just need a simple one. In fact, baka nga pwede pa sa tablet and mobile phone mo. Tapos gagamit ka pang AI. Diba? Yung mga ganyan. So, nowadays, really, no, the technology is very ripe for you to actually make money online. Next is, of course, set up yung online presence mo. You know, will you buy from someone na ang mahal-mahal ng babayaran mo, pero naka-chinelas lang, naka-short, naka-sando? Sabi niya, bili ka naman ng relong to. Sometimes, di ba, mag-iisip ka, pero kapag may lumapit sa'yo minsan sa mall, nakikita niyo yung mga nagbebenta ng real estate properties. Diba? Ang bango-bango, naka-makeup and everything. Because you need to look the success that you're trying to sell them. You need to be competent. Or what we call, magpa-premium ka naman. Diba? In most cases nga, whenever I give this, I'd like to ask, yung mga katabi nyo ba mukhang mahal? Diba? Mamahalin ba? Tingnan nyo nga yan. Mamahalin ba siya o mamahalin siya? Diba? Mahalin nyo naman. Okay? So just like Darla, as you can see, Darla can be a simple person. Hindi naman niya kailangan magpa-photoshoot ng ganyan. But, you know, she has to. Because if you want to ask for higher rates, you need to look ganon level din. Diba? So, you need to fix your profile. This topic alone is a whole course. No, but what we're giving you here is just a guide. So, and then, once you have those, start apply na. Mag-apply na kayo sa mga job sites like Upwork, you know, onlinejobs.ph. Ang maganda sa onlinejobs.ph compared to Upwork, in a sense, is mga Pinoy lang yun nandyan. No? Hindi tulad sa Upwork, iba't ibang nationality kalaban mo. At least dito, mga Pinoy. Of course, Upwork has a higher rate, you know, na sinasabi nila sa mga client, compare sa, you know, onlinejobs.ph, but then again, it's still competitive enough, especially for those who are starting. Okay? And, kung ikaw naman ayaw ko magka-client, nag-aaral pa ako busy pa ako. Why not try Fiverr? Yan yung mga pa-sideline lang. Sino dito marunong magtanggal ng background ng photo? Diba? Pag pumunta kayo sa site na yan, type nyo, remove background of my photo. Marami man nag-offer $5, I'll remove the background of your photo. Kung marami kayong skill, yung mga inaral nyo sa school, i-chop-chop nyo yun, i-offer nyo parang tingi-tinging products. Then you can earn. Okay? So this is ideal for students or even mga nasa high school pa. Okay? So, these are just 5 steps. Bitin po yan. Frankly speaking, warm up pa lang po dapat itong talk na to. No? But I know bitin. And for that reason, of course, kaya ako sinulat yung book na yon. I'm not gonna sell this book. Because una, wala na pong print copies niya. At wala pa po akong planong magpa-print uli niya. No? Pangalawa, lumampas ang pandemic, kailangan ko na rin siya ni-update. But, do you want to get a digital copy? Dito lang. Pwede kong papatayin live stream. Hindi, joke lang. Pwede naman po makita yung publicly. But do you want a digital copy of this guide? Can I see a raise of hands? Meron ba? Baka wala naman. Pwede rin naman wala. Diba? Okay. So, if you want a digital copy, of course, libre, walang bayad. Walang bayad. Sarap sa tenga, no? Ang problema sa walang bayad, hindi ginagamit eh. Alam mo yun? Yung tipong walang sayang factor, sayang yung binayad ko, walang ganun. But sige, tataya kami sa inyo. Nandito naman kayo eh. Tumataya rin ang oras. Okay? So, all you have to do, for the first 50 person, send the message na Victoria's Digital Career, scan yung QR code, or i-visit nyo lang coachjen.com, dun din ang punta niya. Okay? So, kung hindi nyo mascan yung QR code, type nyo lang, pag nag-browse kayo, coachjen.com, pupunta yan sa Facebook page ko, and then hit the message button, i-type nyo lang yung Victoria's Digital Career, send nyo sa akin, and then this week, give me this week or at least until next week to send out that digital copy sa inyo. Pero sabihin nyo, tamad po ako magbasa eh. Mahilig lang po ako manood. So what I have for you, on top of that, no, teka, bakit 50? Kasi I want you guys to take action. Pagiging isang online entrepreneur, freelancer, ikaw lang talaga yan. Hindi pwedeng, paano ba yun? Ikaw, hanapin mo talaga, hindi ka pwedeng tanong. Usong-uso sa mga freelancer ang salitang i-google mo. No? Or, nowadays, pwede mo nang sabihin, tanong mo si ChatGPT. Okay? Nagagamit ko na talaga si ChatGPT nowadays. Okay? Again, first 50, no? But meron pa rin tayong bonus dyan, bonus training. So alam ko bitin. And usually I give this talk 1 whole day. So what I have for you is I recorded an introduction to online freelancing. So those na magme-message din, isasama ko na rin po yan. No? So para walang sisihan, binigay na namin lahat ng mga introduction programs for you guys. And if you like, let's say, to learn more on these things, DICT have a program for that. Just wait for it on how to actually pursue a career as an online freelancer in this online outsourcing industry. So yun, no? So again, first 50 lang. Surprisingly, sa Cadiz, less than 30. That's what I'm saying. 50 binigay kong slot, 30 lang yung nag-message. So that's it. I mean, I hope mas marami dito. No? But then again, sabi nga nila, success is for those who are willing to pursue it. So once again, thank you very much. And my name again is Coach Jen. You can visit coachjen.com to get that free book. And God bless everyone. Maraming salamat po.
Very good.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. And God bless Genesis Reonico Jr. He is the digital career and agencies coach founder of NOA Network of Outsourcing Agencies. That's just one of the 3 outstanding people who will be providing us information on how to inspire you in our digital career.